Back up to Friday night. I don't really care about the game, but it's Big Ten, and UCLA did snap its 4-game losing streak. So congratulations to them. But after the game, hilarious Mick Cronin press conference. Not sure if you've seen it yet.
No. So I told Nada before we logged on, because I brought up our Google Doc and I saw this was at the top. And I was like, we're doing a Cronin thing again? I do not know what this is about. This might as well be Jello ball at the moment. So I like some stuff I caught up on, but I swear to you, in all of my catching up with the games, I have no idea what I'm about to listen to.
I tell you, if this were just another Mick Cronin rant after a loss, we'd just skip it. You know, it's like another John Calipari loss in the SEC. Like whatever, with nothing new to say about it. This was actually like just funny. So let me set it for you. Iowa has to travel to Los Angeles to play UCLA inside Pauley Pavilion. They get pounded.
Sure.
Somebody in the media room, forgive me, I'm not sure who it was, asked Mick a question about, you know, the difficulty for Iowa and other more traditional Big Ten teams having to come all the way out to Los Angeles to play a road game. And here's how he responded.
So much has been made about you guys going east. You just came back from a prolonged East Coast trip. Yeah. I'm wondering, have you seen anything from the teams that have to come out here and stay out here? Is there any kind of balance with that in terms of the wear and tear and just what you've seen on the court?
Wear and tear on them?
Yeah.
Is that a joke? Please tell me that's a joke.
Is it even comparable, is essentially what I'm trying to say.
Have you ever looked at the NBA stats and what the gamblers and all those people do on West versus East? Talk to Eric Musselman, ask him that question, who coached in the NBA. Good luck, West, going East. Okay, and ask me UCLA's record east of the Mississippi in the last 20 years. Because when I got the job, I looked it up for scheduling purposes. It's under 500, okay? We have to go back 4 times. Oh, the Big Ten teams get to come to Los Angeles where it's 70 degrees 1 time a year. They don't even have to switch hotels. We're 12 miles apart. Are you kidding me? Please tell me you're kidding me. Is this a plan? Is this a planted question? I mean, you cannot be serious with that. And meanwhile, we've seen the Eiffel Tower, or we've seen the Statue of Liberty twice in the last 3 weeks while we were landing. We also saw downtown. We also saw the Capitol building. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, you can't possibly. And we still got to go back.
We've seen the Statue of Liberty twice. Killed me. We've seen the Statue of Liberty twice and the Capitol. It's hilarious.
Okay. How do I even respond to that? So I had a thing in the court report Wednesday where when I went to the Maryland game, Cronin got to talking about the schedule, and he said, I know it's hard to do. With all respect to the people that got to do it, I know it's almost impossible. I just hope it swings back our way. And oh, by the way, it is, because UCLA right now is in the midst of a 7-game stretch where 6 of its 7 are in Los Angeles. So it is swinging back their way. Cronin was a total ass to that reporter. I think the reporter was just trying to get a little bit more of the perspective from him. Like, hey, have you seen anything from teams that are coming out to you? I understand that it's not going to be balanced, but it's, first of all, great job by the reporter, because he's getting something out of Cronin. Like he got us talking. That's all right, Mick. Like I get it, but what's he doing?
Okay,
is this a plant?
Okay, let me separate two things.
He's out of his mind with this.
Let me separate two things. Yes, weird behavior toward the reporter. I agree.
They won the game.
But just funny that he is tired of seeing the Statue of Liberty. I just think it's funny that the UCLA coach is tired of seeing the Statue of Liberty.
I know. In 3 weeks' time. One of those was not a league game, by the way.
It would be better if it were a rant, not so directed at an individual. If it were just a rant directed at, boy, I am so tired of the East Coast.
Listen,
but still, like, if you can take that part out of it, hilarious that that the UCLA coach is mad about seeing the Statue of Liberty twice in the past 30 weeks.
The Chrysler Building, don't just Empire State Building can't get any love. What's going on? Oh my gosh. Cronin makes himself this, and he does not care. I'm not saying he cares. I'm not saying he should care. makes himself that much more of a villain every single. He is on a generational run right now. The heater that he is on over the course of nearly 2 weeks is unreal and has the potential to get even more fiery, more volcanic as we move even deeper. Although again, in Southern California here for the majority of the next 3.5 weeks, I did all. If you want to go read the court report, I did all the math and all the mileage and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's not like he's even surprised at this. And I did do the math on him as well. Since he became the coach at UCLA in the Eastern time zone, his teams are 2-8, 2-8, flying to the Eastern time zone. And this is coming off a weekend where Stanford beat North Carolina, which I checked that and I was like, what in the world? And Cal went and beat NC State. So you got teams from the West Coast. They're flying out east. They're getting it done. They're getting their wins. They're playing teams of varying strength and styles. But to the folks that I'll tell you what, I listened to that. I listened to Cronin there coming off of a win, and they rolled. Parrish, what was it? I'm going by memory here. 25-point win.
Yeah,
they
24.
Absolutely destroyed Iowa. So this was Friday night. Scout's honor. I had not heard that. 94-70. The people that like hear that and be like, just stop coaching. Like, it's getting more accurate by the day. Keep doing this. Like, you really want to be doing this? If it's going to be this much of a deal every single time, what did you expect? It wasn't his decision to go in the Big Ten. It had nothing to do with it. He was on the golf course when he got a call. But you got to anticipate that's going to be the case. Gosh, Cronin, man.
He's not wrong, by the way. Like, I understand his frustration, but like the country geographically, at least, hasn't changed much. Now it could. I mean, we end up with Greenland. Okay. And then the A-10 is going to try to expand to Greenland. You know that's coming.
Giving the A-10 any chance to get a foothold in Greenland? I don't think so.
So like, we could be in for another round of this stuff. You never know. You never know.
That sounds like SEC territory to me.
No, the SEC is going to wait for Canada to get in play. The SEC is waiting for Canada to get in play. All right. So we could have another round of this stuff. But until then, like, I would have, first off, I just find it hilarious, period. But I would be more understanding of the frustration if it were like something we didn't know before we did this. Like your bosses knew this. You knew this. Yeah. This is, you're chasing the money and this is the cost. And by the way, this was always among the identifiable cost. Every single time we discuss stuff like this, people would say, well, what about the extra travel involved for the student athletes and the coaches and the administrators? And we'd say, well, it's going to be private planes and they'll just have to figure it out. And by the way, that's what they said too. That's what they all said too. So to turn around less than a year later and be complaining about it nonstop, I mean, I'll laugh when you say something funny, but most people are just going to roll their eyes at you, right?
Yeah, man.
I do think it is. I do think it's hilarious pointing out, yo, man, there is a difference between coming to LA and going to Iowa. Right?
I'm invoking Musselman, which it clearly pulls a curtain back on the fact that these two have obviously been bitching with each other on the phone over this, without a doubt. You know that's been happening.
It's like my enemy's enemy is my friend. Okay, we don't like each other as USC and UCLA coaches, but what we hate more than that is the Eastern time zone. So we're going to be together. We're going to be together on this. But like, to his point, there are probably Iowa basketball players who are like, woo, buddy, next week we get to go to LA. And there's no LA players going, man, next week we get to go to Iowa. Man. And I'm not picking on Iowa. I love Iowa, but you get the point. I
wonder what USC did. USC lost at home, by the way. No excuses, 84-69. Wisconsin's a good team, though. But just a random reference on Muscle.
Yeah, Wisconsin like played a basketball game, then went to the beach. They're having a blast. Like, they are loving their road trip to LA. They don't even want to go back to Wisconsin. They just want to they want to stay there.
That's good stuff, man. I guess that's the Big Ten.